we're about to go somewhere odd now. Times to rise and elevation starts to drop down. Our little secret, don't kiss and tell, you're so bad. I'll probably see you in hell. Welcome to hell, baby. This is podcast hell.
I'm like down to the podcast now.
Yeah.
This is like my last gasp. You're in, by the way, this is not going to be the full setup. You're in the, like, I literally bought this rug is a week old. This sign's been around, but like I just like got rid of a bunch of fucking furniture.
Right.
But eventually you're going to come in
like
here.
People were at desks before.
There was a desk.
Yeah, I didn't
like the desk.
Okay.
But it's that desk.
Okay.
But it's like, I feel like weird.
I wore pants that I would not have worn if I knew they were going to be on camera. I was like,
bro, look at me. I'm in these fucking bright ass yellow shorts. It's
an interesting choice.
It is not a dress up podcast in any way.
All right.
But my wife's got me in these. She likes the bright colors.
Yeah.
Will you wear anything if your wife's like, I'll fuck you 5% more often if you wear this? I'm very much like,
yes.
Yes.
The short answer is yes. The long answer is yes, but I feel bad about it.
You do?
Yeah.
Like you're okay.
Like she buys shirts for me. She buys me Hawaiian shirts.
No, dude, no. That's even worse than what I'm doing right now.
She's like, oh, this is so fun. And you're going to be so cute in this. And
But do you close in the Hawaiian shirts? Like you put it on and she's like, ooh, turn around.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
The thing is, like, a friend of this said this to me one time. Even when you're married, you still have to have game.
Yeah.
Like, you still have to get laid.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, okay, well, now it's just once a week, like chicken off. No, it's like you got to do shit. And I remember one time I had, I don't know what it was, but I think I was like at the gym or something and I needed to go somewhere and I just needed to like buy shorts. And the only shorts they had were these like these Nike shorts that were like up to there on my thigh, like way higher on my thigh.
Then you're
it looked like the shit
with.
my dad wore in like the late 80s when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so I was like, whatever, I'm just going to wear them once. And I came home and my wife was like, oh.
Yeah.
What is
that? A
little
bit of meat going on there.
Yeah. She's like, you got great legs. You got to do that more. And I was like, all right, well, then now I have like 10 pairs of the same. Literally, it's the same exact. And then I found out she likes fluorescent color. Now I'm like, okay, now I like glow in the fucking dark in these like high ass 80s style shorts. But
you don't feel bad about it is what I'm picking
No,
up.
I don't. Like, I think I also can like, I can adapt fashion wise. Like she's not, I mean, no offense, they're not fucking Hawaiian shirts. If it was Hawaiian shirts, I would feel, I might have a different.
It's not Hawaiian shirts. It's fluorescent shorts. That's where dignity comes in.
There's no, listen, here's the thing. There was I guess Hawaiian shirts are fine too. I mean, like,
she gets me the fucking classy ones. Am I not supposed to cuss on this?
You can not cuss.
I don't know.
Dude, you can fucking pull your dick out if you want. I won't.
All right.
The viewers will love it, but
unless it gets you laid more.
Yeah.
No, she gets like nice, like Tommy Bahama ones with like just a little bit of. You know, they're not like, it's not like pink flowers everywhere.
It's not like fucking flamingo and ostrich. Okay.
Yeah, there's just like a little stitching down there and like this nice fabric. But it's still a Hawaiian
Like if
shirt.
you looked like quickly in a way, like you could even think like, oh, that might be like a very high class Asian gangster or something. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a nice. That's a nice. Yeah. What about the pants? Does she ever put you in a nice pair of linen pants? Like, what does her pants go to?
She doesn't really mess with the pants that much. She just likes it when I wear tight pants.
She likes tight pants.
Yeah, she likes to see. She likes to see what she's working with.
Yeah, she wants to see what she bought.
Yeah,
you know, she took it off the shelf. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm down for it. I think you gotta do what it takes in a marriage. And yeah, there's no judgment here.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's really when, you're talking about years with someone and the ups and downs you go through. It's a very small concession.
Yes. Yeah, we're talking like we've been fucking dating for 2 years. It's just like you're trying to keep the flame alive. You've you punched out her father at some point. Like, there's so many things that have happened bigger than the shirt.
Yes.
How long have you guys been married for?
17 years.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're at 5.
Okay.
Wait. 5. No,
5.
5's correct.
That's correct.
Yeah, but we've been together for like 11.
Okay. See, we've been together, we've been married so long that we have to go, we had an inscribed cake knife.
Okay.
A gift for our wedding, and we go to the cake knife every year to remember how many years it is.
You should frame the cake knife.
We should frame the cake knife.
Yeah. Does the cake knife still get used for things?
Yeah, it still gets used.
Oh, wow. So it's in the rotation.
Yeah, it's in.
With knives.
Yeah.
We have,
You know, sometimes you got to chop up some cake.
we have wedding spoons that we got that are
Okay.
still in the rotation,
All right.
which is nice.
Do they have the date on them?
No.
Oh, just like
but
your-
we have if you walk out, there's a thing with the date right there.
Oh, okay.
So if I ever feel like there's a chance I'll be asked today, I
Right,
just take
yeah.
a quick look and I do the math.
There you go.
But yeah, haven't done that in a while.
But we both have to do the math. So it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, the guy doesn't remember because guys are dumb. And like,
Yeah.
no, it's just,
That's a fun
Yeah.
thing to hear every fucking sitcom that's ever existed.
yeah.
I'm a moron,
Yeah.
and my wife is a goddess who tells me everything because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all gone. Bye, sitcoms. You had 50 years of that joke, but
Dude,
it's over now.
You never know, man. You never know what comes back.
That's true.
What is
true.
he doing? Gordon,
What's up, G?
he's going crazy on this rug. It
Yeah.
just feels good to him.
Yeah.
It's a nice shag rug.
I love your dog.
Yeah, man, he's a good pup.
Yeah.
He's getting life improvements as I do better at my job.
Okay.
So the first thing was this rug.
Uh-huh.
Then it was the AstroTurf, so he can like go out there and it cools it down a little bit. But he
Right.
can still get some sun. I ordered him a big Barker dog bed. Those
I
things.
don't know what that means.
It's a bed for dogs.
Right.
But it's supposed to be
Big
like
Barker, what is that? Does it do something?
it's a really good bed.
It's just the brand. It's just the best
It's,
brand.
I don't know. I'm fucking Big Barker. If
Yeah,
you want to
please.
sponsor the pod,
Yeah, can you-
Now's your time to hop in.
Can you get in here?
Yeah, let's get
My
a quick
dog
promo
won't
code.
use a bed.
Yeah.
If only Big Barker sent me one, maybe she would. Let's try it out.
I don't even know if he's going to use it as a bed. I might just put it in here so he can like have a place to hang. Because like I'm working remote and he usually just sleeps on the couch downstairs. But I'm like I'm giving him options.
Right.
Because he'll kind of go through the house like wherever the sun is.
Right.
He'll be there in the morning. Then he goes to the room. Then he goes downstairs to the patio. So I'm like, how do I make this a more appealing spot for him?
Okay.
Think
Because
bit-
you want him to kick it with you while you're working.
I want him to kick him. It helps me
Yeah.
close sales. I'm a salesman, so if I can like
okay.
angle down to the dog sometimes,
Yeah, yeah.
that'll get me something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you give him the little sad eyes.
Oh yeah, he's actually giving you the look right there. That baby's closed me a couple.
Yeah.
Just a little like
Beautiful. So you've gotten him the rug, the AstroTurf. He's got a Big Barker
he's
coming.
got a Big Barker coming.
What about the bitches? The horse?
the bitches? Look, I have guilt over cock blocking him once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a chance.
He didn't have a chance. He was fucking mid-stroke and
Oh,
and I
wow.
fucking pussed out.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "No, stop it!" And I should have been cool.
Right.
I've actually asked many people what I should have done, and I get different responses.
Where
So,
were you?
Runyon.
Okay.
He loves golden retrievers. He sees a golden retriever,
Oh, he's
and
into blondes.
he
Little
can't
sluts.
stop. I mean, this girl was ready to go.
Uh-huh.
So we're walking. He sees the dog. As in, we think, oh, we'll let him sniff or whatever.
Right.
And then she just literally like 3 seconds flips over, open.
Right.
He hops on. They're going, and I just go, oh no, Gordon, no. And what I wish I would have done is just looked at the other owner.
And been like, what do you think?
Hey, you see that over there? What's that skyline? I should have been like, what I always say I would have said is, I'm cool with it if you are.
Right.
But people are like, you don't acknowledge it. You just look away and you let them do their thing.
Right.
But I'm like, you don't even know if the dog's neutered or whatever. So like, I would be like, he's fine.
Right.
Can my dog come?
On your dog's tits.
Can dogs come if they've been neutered? They still come. There's just no semen in it, right?
Yeah.
I should have
I
just.
think so. I don't know.
I think you. I don't like flowery language. I'd rather just say, "Can my dog come on your retriever's tits?" That's what I want to happen for him.
Yeah.
It just seemed wrong, and every time I, think back on it, I'm like, that could have been his final fuck.
Right.
And I cut it short.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to harbor a grudge, which is cool.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. Do you have a dog?
I have a dog.
Would you let the dog fuck?
I mean, she's a German Shepherd.
Okay.
And so I feel like a scenario. I have not seen her in a scenario where she's likes another dog.
Oh, wow. She's asexual or?
No, she's just, her life is devoted to guarding my family.
Okay.
That's her mission. And so, I mean, maybe she could take great pleasure if she could.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, look, I'm not trying to be a creep here, but if my dog's gonna fuck, I hope everybody has a good time.
Right, yeah.
I definitely want it to be pleasurable for for Gordon and for
Are you trying? Was this a setup so that your dog could fuck my dog? This is very elaborate.
You know me too well, Ryan. You know me too well. No, it's not. No, he can't fuck a German Shepherd either.
Yeah, she's
the pointy ears. That's his one thing that he's not cool with.
Yeah.
So I think it's like German Shepherds, Huskies. He'll have a negative reaction.
I see.
Although he will he'll play with puppies.
Okay.
German Shepherd puppies or Husky puppies. But once they get bigger than him, he weirds out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's big and a little violent.
Yeah, that's good. Not with your guys.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet as can be. Yeah.
But she'll fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
You want a little bit of dog.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have these dogs, and I'm like, what is this dog is just...
Right.
The second there's a solar flare, it's just countdown to eating your dog. I like the idea that, if shit goes sideways, my dog could,
Yeah,
he could help with the hunt.
My dog's going out with us.
Yeah.
We're the go bag and the dog.
Oh, hell yeah.
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 Do you have a go bag?
No, we were literally talking about it the other day. We've been talking about, what would we,
What would you put in the go bag?
Well, look, no gun, I don't think for now. I have other weapons in the house.
Uh-huh.
I have a bat. I have a sword on that table somewhere.
Okay.
So maybe I'll just get more weapons. My wife's against guns.
Yeah.
I'm not against guns.
Okay.
But I'm obviously wearing fluorescent fucking yellow shorts. I do what she tells me to do. But if it was up to me, it'd be displayed right there. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I think we're talking about having maps, some food for a week, and a route that we would need to get out of LA.
Okay.
And then
you're going back to Virginia is the plan?
I don't know where we're going. I mean, that's what we got to figure out. Yeah. I mean, I've got family that lives in rural Maryland. Uh-huh. So we could do some, there's a couple spots we could go to.
That's a long way though.
It is. I feel like the gun needs to come in. If you're going cross country, I don't know. Did you see Civil War?
No.
It's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
I feel like you need a gun. Once things are really have gone.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Where the fuck else are we going to go? Big Bear? I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to, if we go somewhere where we don't have family, then it's just we're going somewhere to be okay, which family do we take their house? I don't know. Versus I'll just try to get to the houses that are owned other places that are in less populous areas. Maybe revive Route 66. They got all those standing structures.
Right.
Nobody's been in there for 30 years. That might be a nice place to go.
Yeah. Hot.
Very hot.
It's pretty hot.
But Route 66
for quite a while on Route 66.
Route 66 goes all the way up through Illinois to Chicago. So maybe I'll go to one of the more northern Route 66 stops.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
There's no plan.
There's no plan. It's also not going to happen.
Well, I think this is what will happen. Uh-huh. If there's a big problem in LA, we'll go what's that? And then we'll be fucking ash on this wall.
Right.
I think it'll be a nice little blink, and then
Right.
I don't think there'll be too much escaping.
No. Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah, we're not going to be outside the blast radius. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, you have to get to like Ventura.
Where are you?
We're in basically Pasadena. Still.
No.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. It depends where they drop it. This is getting, I think it's because it's late at night. It went pretty dark.
You know what's funny? I had a conversation. I like don't think about the end of the world too much. I don't know. Like The Walking Dead was cool.
Yeah.
But like I was at a 6-year-old's birthday party, and her grandpa was like, I said, hey, what's up? And he goes, oh, well, what are we going to do when the world blows up and it's all going to end? And I was like, we're petting bunnies. This is a bunny petting party. Like, dial it down a little bit. Okay?
Some people are too excited for it. And
Yeah.
I do think it's like, I think people are just fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that. Here's the thing. I guess it's bad. It seems worse than it is because we can see everything.
Right.
But it's now is 100% the best time to have ever been alive.
For sure.
There's no other time I would travel back to.
That's kind of what I was saying to him. I was like,
Yeah.
in my lifetime, like on the major issues, to me personally, it feels like we've basically gone backwards. And yet, like, the global standard of living keeps going up.
Well, I think I looked at a stat once. Was it Steven Pinker that does this? Where he just looks at like overall like stats from like
Right.
1500s on. And it's like the world poverty rate flipped from like 1900 to 2000, from like 90% lived under the poverty rate to now 10% lives under the poverty rate in 100 years.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so like you can say there's a lot of stuff that comes with like globalization or whatever, but that's pretty fucking impressive for civilization to get to that point in, a generation and a half. So yeah, I think it's just like everything people just like to fucking complain.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. My sphere, the sphere of things that I can like get worked up about, it's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
It's like when he goes to the vet, and I'm like, okay, that is
Heart rate's
worrisome.
going up. Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff with family and friends, and then that's pretty much it. And then like I don't know, like I'll maybe like once in a while, like on YouTube, I'll get mad about something, but then I'll just throw on like some fucking like YouTube videos of whatever happened on SmackDown last week, just something stupid.
Oh, you're a wrestling guy.
Recently I've gotten back into it.
Okay.
Are you into it?
No, not into it.
Yeah. Don't get into it. It's very childlike.
Yeah, a friend of mine really lobbied hard for me to get into it for about a year, and
Yeah.
I kind of tried, but I couldn't.
How did you try? Did you do like a WrestleMania or something like that?
No, I mean it was just like group hangs to watch wrestling matches.
I feel like it's weird watching with other people. I got a buddy who's really into it,
Yeah.
and I like the other day I was like, yeah, we should watch wrestling together. And then as soon as he left, I was like, we should not watch wrestling together. Because like when I originally watched wrestling, it was with my little brother, so we could do the moves.
Right.
That was the reason to watch it, was to choke slam him through a piece of furniture in the house. And then
It came on after Saturday Night Live when I was little.
that can't be possible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, definitely.
Like a rerun?
Maybe.
No,
Yeah.
dude, no,
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
It came on at 2:00 in the morning.
11:30 to 1.
Okay, then
I swear
it
to
had to have
God.
been on a rerun then.
Yeah, definitely a rerun.
Yeah.
But
Were
like
you from the West Coast?
East Coast? East Coast. This is in Maryland.
That's crazy.
I'd have sleepovers with my buddy. We'd watch Saturday Night Live, and then afterwards we'd watch like a little bit of wrestling until we fell asleep. And then Sunday morning we would get up and do the characters we saw on Saturday Night Live and wrestle, beat each other as badly as we possibly could.
Yeah.
Sort of emulating what happened on television, but mostly just flying violence,
I gave my little brother a last ride through my grandmother's bed. And it's, to this day, probably the coolest feeling. I mean, there's a lot of fear
Right.
of what was going to happen when my
Right.
grandmother found it.
Right.
And it was loud, but I just remember, like, I remember putting my brother through it. And then he like, this look of fear and excitement at the same time. And then we were like, oh, nobody saw. And then just walked out of the room and we're like, we're just going to act like we were not even in there. And the bed just collapsed without any, there was no.
Just auto collapse bed.
Sometimes a bed just like, it just dies like a fucking robot. Like it just compresses down.
Never.
We broke a couple couches. I remember we broke like a brand new couch at my mom's house doing a move, and she saw us do it and got a lot in trouble for that. But it was all fucking worth it.
Yeah.
It never got better than that. Like literally, like you're a little bit older than me, but this was like the Stone Cold Rock, Triple H.
No, I was not. I was aged out at that point.
You were like, were you like Macho Man and
yeah. Ultimate Warrior was huge.
You know what his last name is?
No.
Hellwig.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. When you Google me, nobody's ever Googled me. When I Google myself.
No, I've Googled you. I've had to put your fucking picture on a flyer. So
that's true.
As opposed, this is an interesting thing. People are always like, oh, send me your picture. Like, just fucking Google the comedians. It's so much faster. You don't have to message back and forth. You Google, press images, and first
whatever
clear
comes
picture, done.
Now, what happens because I agree, but then there's comics that I Google them and no image comes up, and I'm like, I guess they're not on my podcast.
That's when you rescind the booking.
You're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
You haven't. Google search can't put you up to the top when I spell your name correctly. Sorry. You've been kicked out of podcast hell.
Just some comic. They're like, I'm gonna make it without the internet. All right, I'm going off the fucking grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much on the grid. Yeah. I'm like, every week I'm like, let's see how far the Ultimate Warrior has fallen below my shitty comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's with Hellwig.
He's 1 L.
Yeah.
I'm 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just type
his name spelled wrong, which is not his name, which he is famous for, is now lower than you.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay, look, you're making some good points, but still, he's very famous.
Yes.
He's like an all-time.
Yeah.
He might be like I don't know, maybe is he a Mount Rushmore wrestler? I only know the guys from when I was I know Hogan.
I'm the wrong guy to ask.
You are. You left it where it belongs.
I left it, in my childhood.
That's the right move. Where in Maryland did you grow up?
Bowie.
Yeah. You Baysox guy?
The Baysox came. I was pre-Baysox.
Okay.
So I remember when they built the stadium and everything, and so Bowie's like halfway between DC and Annapolis, but it's in PG County, which is not that nice.
No.
Yeah, and but yeah, they built a minor league stadium for the Orioles, which is the big major league team there.
Yeah, and
I was gonna work there the very first season. I remember I went and I was gonna work concessions. I went to the orientation day, and then I just couldn't do it.
What turned you off?
I don't know. I think it's like I had a lot of shit jobs growing up, but it was both a shit job and super corporate. So
okay,
it was like,
yeah.
It was like, oh, this is gonna be miserable, but also you're gonna have to like pay attention to annoying, pointless details because somebody has decided that you have to.
Yeah, it's like a lot of rules to bring in absolutely no money.
Yeah,
that's brutal. That was like, that was. Like I worked at the Rainforest Cafe, and it was like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You would make.
You have a bit about that, right?
I think so. Yeah. Like from a while ago, but like I would work kids nights where unlimited amount of kids could eat for 99 cents, and there was no minimum on the bill. You could stay for as long as you wanted. So I just have a section with like no joke, 1 adult, 10 kids, and I'd have 4 tables just like that, just. Birthday parties nonstop.
Oh,
after 2 hours, kids screaming, fucking gorilla room going crazy. Right. Here's your bill, $21, $3 tip. Right. And I'm like, great, that's my night. It was a nightmare.
That's horrible.
It was a nightmare.
That's horrible.
And they wouldn't Yeah, they would like. I mean, I was young that was like my first restaurant, or that was my first waiting job. So I was like right when I turned 18. So like they would give me the fucking shittiest shifts.
Yeah.
Holidays and every Wednesday. I asked off every week, and they'd be like, "You, dude, you. Wednesdays are your night."
Remember when you first started waiting and they'd throw you the bar section every once in a while, and you'd be so happy. You'd be like, "Oh, people are drinking like these. This is gonna be actual money."
Yeah.
I was so excited because you're gonna make off one table at a bar 3 times what you're gonna make off of just.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anytime you like, I remember when I was in college, I started working at this like. This place was like a, what do you call it? They do drugs there. They sell drugs.
Okay.
And the restaurant's the fake part.
Okay.
What do you call that?
A front?
A front.
Uh-huh.
It was a front for drugs.
Okay.
So they could not have cared less how the restaurant was run.
Really? That's crazy.
I was 20 years old, and they were like, "You want to work the bar tonight, like as a bartender?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm 20." And they're like, "Yeah, that's cool." I was like, "All right, I can pour drinks and get beers for people." And it was like, I fucking crushed. I made like $350 is the most money I'd ever made working a night. And I was like, "Yeah, can I do that every night?" And they're like, "Yeah, maybe." And then a month later, the place was shut down, and that was the end of that. But it was like, oh, that was like a nice little taste of like living the like fucking alcoholics.
Yeah.
Hanging out, leaving like the entire bill in a tip.
Right.
Amazing.
They leave you 100. You're like, you're so fucking pumped.
Dude, my buddy was a bartender in New York, and I remember I'd like go to the bar. I'd be like, "How much are you fucking making tonight?" He'd be like, $700.
Right.
And I'm like, "And you worked 4 nights this week,
Yeah.
so you made $3,000 in a week." And I'm in my head, I'm like, "Oh, so you can make $150,000 a year as a bartender." But then he was broke. He had like 3 roommates. I was like, "Where is your fucking money going?"
Right.
Drugs. And then I'd go out with him, and we'd go to bars, and he would tip the bartender like $80. I'd be like, "Oh, it goes right back into the fucking."
Right.
That's all they do is they make a shit ton of money and then tip it to each other as they go around getting drunk.
They're all drunk.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Except for the ones that are sober. Like there's no like, "Oh, I drink a little bit" bartenders.
No.
There's AA bartenders.
I feel like it'd be very hard to be a sober bartender though. You think that exists?
Oh yeah, it exists. I know them. There's some in LA.
Are they doing all right?
Yeah, they're doing okay.
They're not tempted.
Mm-mm.
What?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And they're alcoholics.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, they go to meetings every day.
Yeah, because they work in a fucking bar. Get out of there. What are you doing?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how much more I could speak on because it's not my situation. But
yeah, I mean, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I knew a guy who was a alcoholic.
Uh-huh.
And he owned a bar, and I was working bar there, and he was like, he got like some new beers in on tap, and he was like, let's try these out. I was like, what? Because he would be like, I haven't had a drink in 7-8 years or whatever it was. And then he would take the beer and he would put it in his mouth and swirl it around and then spit it out and be like, oh, that one's good. And he would try the beers in his mouth without swallowing. I was like,
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
No, that cannot count.
Yeah.
There's
no just the tipping it with alcohol.
No, I feel like that's the whole fucking point.
Yeah.
Is there's no tip.
Yeah.
No, I remember watching that being like, man, the things people will say to themselves, that's fucking wild. But that's also, I don't know. Now, again, we're getting into another dark thing about how people, how addiction.
Self-destructive behaviors and
I just watched the documentary on Tranq. Have you heard of Tranq?
No, what's that?
It's like a fucked up new drug that like your fucking flesh rots off.
Okay.
It's like supposed to be really good though. I mean, not good. Don't do
it's
it.
Super chill.
Nobody do it.
You lose your arms, but it's fun while you're losing them.
I mean, it's supposed to be really good.
Was this on YouTube?
Yeah, it was on YouTube. I'll send you the link. If you want to watch something before you fall asleep.
No, thanks. I don't need to watch the rotting arm drug documentary.
And just a guy being like, there's no solution inside.
I feel like I'm done with documentaries.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they do to you? Why?
Because I feel like they all just have such an agenda now. Every documentary now is just, why'd you get the vaccine? Or why are you eating meat? It's they're never
like, I was watching one recently on Hitler.
because
Because I find the World War II, all that stuff, like fascinating. It was on Netflix, and it was perfectly fine. And then they start talking about like Hitler's like that, like whatever the place he had in the Alps overlooking. It was like his getaway or whatever. He ended up spending a lot of his life there.
His Sound of Music house.
It was his Sound of Music house, but it was like a fucking castle.
Okay.
And they go, and one of the ladies comes on, and she's like, this really was Hitler's Mar-a-Lago. And I'm like, God damn it. We fucking get it. Jesus, you need to fucking hit me with a bat in the head? Like, Christ. It's just like that kind of shit where you're like, it's not needed. Just tell me the history's interesting enough. I don't care what you fucking think.
Right.
Very annoying.
Very annoying.
So I agree.
Yeah.
But you should start watching documentaries on stupid shit. Like,
because it's amusing.
You can just be like, what's like Cal Ripken?
There's a Cal Ripken documentary?
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure but I feel like if I haven't heard about it, it's probably not very good.
It's probably narrated by his brother.
Billy
Rips. Billy Rips. I like Billy Ripken.
I like Billy Ripken.
Billy Ripken did nothing wrong. He's just his brother was Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
Billy Ripken did great things in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hit 184 in major leagues for 2 seasons. He was a pretty good MLB guy. He did like the highlights for a couple years. I remember liking him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he enjoyed Cal's Outdoor Adventureland, that theme park.
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that?
No. Where was that?
It was like a Six Flags or something, and then Cal Ripken bought it.
Okay.
And then it was like Cal's Outdoor Adventure for like 3 years, and then it went away. I'm sure some kid got decapitated on a water slide, and then he was like, all right, that's enough of that.
We had Wild World right outside of Bowie. And then it got bought. So Wild World was like the, built in the 50s amusement park. And then it was mostly a water park, but it had one real roller coaster, wooden, scary.
Yeah.
And then, some carnival rides or whatever, but mostly a water park. And then Adventure World, somebody bought it, and then Six Flags bought it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Six Flags rules.
Yeah?
I'm a big Six Flags guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
More flags?
Dude, all of them. Do you know the Six Flags?
No, the logo is where the gimmick is more flags, more fun.
Is that?
I was just setting up the advertising for it.
I don't remember that. I remember
Six Flags, if you'd like to advertise.
I remember like the guy in a suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Old guy in a suit.
You know the one here is so close.
I know, and
it's so
I actually have
close.
family who live in Santa Clarita, and I've never been.
Okay.
Because I can't do roller coasters anymore. I'm old.
Oh no.
I'm old.
What happens when you get on roller coasters? You just shit yourself?
No. Well, it's not fear. Everything hurts after.
I meant like literally you shit yourself.
No.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
Okay.
But,
I'm 38, but I just go through the pain.
Yeah.
I can't get enough. I'm a thrill seeker. I'm going to jump out of an airplane.
And my kid loves it. She's like,
yeah.
More roller. You go on the roller coaster with me? And I say, no. I don't love you that much.
You'll just wait.
Yeah.
Do you walk her onto the thing and then you just go stand on the other side and wait for the train to come back?
Yeah. I mean, well, usually there's like some cousin or somebody else who's willing to get.
Yeah. Oh, so you literally wait at the front where the line starts.
Yeah.
Like they go in and you're like, I'll just hang out here and look at my phone.
Well, I mean, I never go to it's always like a bunch of kids, I feel like, whenever I go to an amusement park.
Yeah.
It's always like a family thing. And so then somebody wants to go do something. My little kid doesn't want to go on a roller coaster, so then I go take my little kid somewhere else.
You do teacups or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. They used to have really good shows at Six Flags in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah?
I was in Jersey for 2 years, and like they had like a Lethal Weapon water show.
Okay.
And it was great. I saw it like 30 times because we had season tickets. Like I knew all the lines. I was like, these guys are like fucking Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
It was great. Like, they had a Batman show where the big thing of fire would go off. Batman would come through the crowd. I remember I would try to sit as close to where his feet would go, and I'd always like want to like reach up and touch.
So that maybe he would fall
Batman
and die on his...
He would fall like 3 feet onto metal bleachers. I mean, he would probably shatter his fibula, but he'd be fine.
I feel like we're holding your dog captive at this point.
Yeah, let me get him out of here.
Yeah, you've had enough of our bullshit.
He doesn't like doors closed in the house. He feels like it's robbing him of his...
He wants to be able to patrol the entire territory.
He fucking rules the roost here, dude.
Yeah.
That's why this big Barker bed's going to be a game changer. I'm trying to take a little bit of my space on the bed back.
Oh, he sleeps in your bed?
Yes. And he fucking gets in there before me sometimes, and then it's like moving a fucking sack of potatoes. He's like 65 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does the shit where he makes his body limp on purpose. He's just he's very cute.
And then he's like, hey, man, I like these short shorts you're wearing. Could you, if you keep wearing these, a little action for you.
Yeah, my dog wants to fuck me.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
No,
right
what I'm
now?
saying is that in the hierarchy of this house, there's your wife, your dog, and you. And
that is 100% the hierarchy.
Yeah.
That is 100% the hierarchy.
Yeah.
He will respect me sometimes. I fuck up though. When I talk to him, I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? Come on, you know it's a rough day. And my wife would just be like, sit.
Yeah.
And he doesn't understand my thoughts.
Yeah. It drives me because, my dog's pretty good, but then, when it's like there's like a coyote outside or she's freaking out about something, my wife will say like, hey, come, touch, like the commands 4 and 5 times. And I'm like, they lose power every time you say them.
You say them once.
You say it once. You say it with conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you go get the dog. They don't respond to the first time. That's it. There's no like, hey, let's talk about this some more. Then you got to go get them.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you repair the relationship.
Are you like the dog guy? You're the whisperer of your house?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the dog 2 weeks before the shutdown. This was not intended to be a pandemic dog.
Yeah.
But we got her 2 weeks before everything shut down. We didn't even know if you had no 2 weeks before everything shut down. You didn't know what the fuck was coming. You had no idea what was happening. Right. And so then she wasn't socialized because we weren't around people and other dogs very much for the first few months there. And, so I've been trying to overcome that ever since.
How old is she now?
She's 4.
Oh, so you got her when she was a puppy.
Yeah.
A German Shepherd puppy. Yeah. That's pretty cute.
Yeah. She's so cute.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Those are cute puppies.
Yeah. Their teeth are so sharp when they're puppies.
Yeah.
They're incredibly sharp.
Like it hurts?
Yeah. No, I have like little thumb scar. Yeah. From
Oh wow.
Just, she wasn't even going at it. Just little, and then whoa, I'm bleeding. Yeah.
We never got to see him as a puppy.
Oh yeah.
We got him as a 4-year-old dog. He already had a whole dog life before us.
Right.
Probably as a homeless guy's dog.
Okay.
We've done a little deducing.
Uh-huh.
And I think he was a homeless guy's dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, pretty good upgrade.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's very adaptable, which we like about him. Like we've taken him across country a couple times, and it's like new environment. Now he's at the beach. Now he's in the snow. He just figures it out.
Right.
Like he doesn't whine too much about it. You know.
He's been at the beach.
Yeah,
he's a homeless guy's dog. He's
probably caught fish. He fucking cast away his big fucking head into the Pacific to, do a little bit of grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Nice.
Are you your Orioles?
No.
What?
Yeah, no, not Orioles.
Okay, what about the Ravens?
Nope. Okay, so
what's happening here?
So yeah, I know.
What's happening? Because you're the sports guy on a show.
I know.
And you're from the state where my family lives. What's going on?
So I was born in California.
Okay.
We moved to Maryland when I was 5.
Okay.
And the Dodgers won the World Series when I was 9.
And that just got you.
Well, yeah. So I was always a Dodgers fan. My dad was like, we're not changing. We are going to be Dodgers fans.
Okay.
Okay. So he was very much like, it's fine. You can like these local teams, but that is not your team. And so it sucked because not only were they never on TV, the scores were on the West Coast, so they would come in late. So in the print newspaper, you wouldn't even get the box scores. So I would call the George Michael Sports Machine every morning all summer and listen to the Dodgers box scores. I was a huge baseball fan.
Yeah.
And I stuck with the Dodgers.
That not having it probably made it better.
Yeah.
Like it deepens the, because my dad was a Phillies fan and we lived everywhere but Philly growing up. So yeah, I would like see it in the paper, or once a month they'd be like, I remember in like the 93 season when they went to the World Series, I got to see like 4 games that year on TV. Yeah. And it's just such a huge fucking deal. You're like, oh my God, that's them.
Yeah.
That's the Phillies.
So you're Phillies.
I'm all Philly teams.
Yeah.
Never lived in Philly.
Never lived in Philly.
Yeah.
You were just like, I feel like I could be unlikable in other ways, so let me adopt all the Philadelphia teams.
Bro, we are America's team.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
How so? The Phillies are America's team?
All Philly teams.
The Dodgers
Eagles.
and the Phillies are literally playing right now.
I'm going tomorrow night, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. I was somebody's backup to go tonight.
Okay.
My friend was like, I have tickets, but it's for a first date. So if she cancels, can you go?
Okay. Is this a Phillies fan?
No, he's from Texas. I think he's like a Rangers fan.
Okay.
It's just a date.
It's just a date.
But if he had said, hey, she didn't show up, I would have immediately canceled on you.
Thank you. Thank you.
He had good seats. I was fucking...
In the pecking order of what to do tonight, it was Phillies game.
Phillies backup.
Brian.
Do this podcast.
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow we're doing, me and my buddy are going to be, I got seats in the outfield, which I've never been in the outfield.
I love the outfield.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are they, I'm assuming metal bleachers.
Are they, they're like plastic, I think.
Okay.
They're
Oh,
like
that's good.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of dreading it, like if we get there at 6:30, it's so fucking hot right now.
It's going to be very hot.
It's going to be bad. The game starts at 7:30. My buddy was texting me before, like, what time should we get there? I was like, 7:29.
Yeah.
This has been miserable.
Yeah, and the way the sun goes, are you in right field or left field?
Left field.
Okay, the shade's going to get to you pretty soon, pretty quick.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Pretty quick.
We can also like go get food or something in the first.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like missing the first inning. But if that's the difference between fucking red face, sunburn in 10 minutes, then
I was in the upper deck for the All-Star game a couple years ago, and I think it was like All-Star game's like a 5:10 start on the West Coast or something.
Yeah.
And it was just like you're up there, you're closer to the sun. Right?
You're basically there.
But not at enough altitude where the air cools down. It's just terrible. The worst combination. And the sun is just right on us. But you know what? It was the All-Star game. And I'll tell you, you want to hear a cool sports anecdote?
Yeah.
Or is that like just too not comedy?
Yeah, you know what? Fucking save it.
All right.
No, tell me the story. I do want to hear it.
Okay, so it was Shohei Ohtani was the leadoff hitter for the American League, and Kershaw was the pitcher for the National League, right?
Yeah.
And Kershaw had like dominated Ohtani in play before, and so Ohtani goes to whoever was doing the pre-show and is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get a hit off him."
Okay.
So he's like, "Yeah, that's what's gonna happen here. I'm going up first. I'm gonna get hit." And so he goes up and he gets a hit off Kershaw right away, first thing, and then Kershaw picked him off first base. Immediately turned around and picked him off. It was great. It was such a great sports moment.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Is Clayton Kershaw's pitching tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is he good this year? How's he doing this year?
No, he's done.
How old is he now?
I think he's
got to be close to 40.
Yeah, I think he's 38 or 39.
It's done.
It was done last year before surgery, and then he's like, well, I don't want to go out like that. He was holding on.
Yeah,
he was barely able to pitch last year, and he was still somehow putting it together. His arm was clearly gone, and he just sort of like iced his way through, and then fell apart. But like,
you gotta stop.
And then his last outing was horrific, and he's like, "Well, I want to get surgery and come back now." It's like,
dude, come on, man. Not everyone's Jamie Moyer.
Yeah.
Not everyone can throw 58 miles an hour.
Yeah.
For their fastball and pitch into their fucking late 40s, early 50s.
Right. Although I was at the playoff game where the Dodgers rocked Jamie Moyer. That was lovely.
Which team was he on?
He was on the Phillies.
Oh, okay.
That was the year the Phillies came back and destroyed the Dodgers' hearts, put a spike through their head.
Was that the Matt Stairs home run?
Yes, I was at that game.
Yeah.
I was at that game.
Oh my God. Dude, that is like one of my favorite all-time underrated Phillies moments.
Oh, God.
Is a 5'5", 390-pound Matt Stairs at the age of 64.
Yeah.
Hitting one into the night against the Dodgers. Yeah. That was fucking sick. Sorry, bro.
That was horrible.
Sorry, man.
That was a really horrific moment.
Was that 08? Was that the year we won? Or was that okay? Cool. Yeah, we got. I did not get to fully appreciate the Phillies World Series because I just moved to New York. I was like 22. I'm trying to like get my life figured out or whatever. And I got a shift at a restaurant, and I fucking worked it the night that they won the World Series. And I remember, like, I ran out of the bar I ran out of the restaurant to go across the street just to watch the last pitch. And I had to come back and, like, close the restaurant. Like, I didn't celebrate. I didn't get drunk. I didn't do anything. I was like, I need to go back.
Right.
And, like, the Phillies need to win one more so that I can, like, fully appreciate it, you know?
And not take a shift that night.
No, obviously not. It's just like, and I, by the way, I like got fired from that job like a week later anyway. So it was like truly useless.
They were like, you ran out to watch the last pitch.
Yeah. Like, I might as well have just fucking not walk back in.
Yeah. You should have just partied right there.
Dude, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I flew, like me and Liz had literally just moved out to LA. Like during their playoff run, we took 2 weeks to come out here. And then I'm like, once I knew they were going to the Super Bowl, we get in LA, and a day later, I take a red eye back to Philly to watch it with my dad, my brother, and my sister in Philly. And it was like greatest moment. Besides marrying my wife, of course.
Yeah. No.
Unless she's not watching. In which case,
Eagles.
Greatest moment of my fucking life. It was so great. But yeah, man, so are you just baseball?
No, I'm not just baseball, but I'm not too into the NFL anymore. I don't know. I just kind of got tired of it. I like the Lakers. I'm a big Lakers fan.
Okay.
I was always a Lakers fan. And then in football, my dad was a military kid, and when he started watching football, they lived in Dallas, so he was a Cowboys fan. So I was in D.C., and he was a Cowboys fan, but then, Washington, whatever. It was a very good rivalry when I was a kid. So I kind of liked both of them.
Yeah.
And the Ravens weren't around yet. So Doug Williams, Mark Rippon, those years.
Those were fun years.
Those were fun years.
That's the last time they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was an Eagles fan, but it's just me and my dad. My mom's side was all Washington fans.
Right.
So we'd watch games with me and my little Eagles jersey.
Right.
And the Eagles just in the mid-'90s were god-awful. They were just getting rocked by the Skins twice a year.
Yep.
And my uncles would just be like, yeah, suck it.
Yeah.
Like fucking 7 years old crying.
Yeah. Gary Clark, Art Monk.
Daryl Green.
Daryl
Green's son went to my high school, so he was playing football. And so he was like, Daryl Green became an assistant coach. I think it was like my senior year.
Where'd you go to high school?
Bishop O'Connell.
Okay.
In Arlington.
Okay.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I went to Bowie.
Bowie High School.
Bowie High School.
Good school?
No, I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Bowie's a cool name. It's a fun name for a place.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you, my sister sang the national anthem at the Bowie Baysox.
Oh, is that right?
You might have heard about it.
No, I didn't.
She did pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big deal for us.
Well, I didn't know if you were living there at the time or not. I don't know.
I was not living there. I literally came
You
down.
flew back for a Baysox.
I was in New York at the time,
right.
so I took a bus.
All right.
Yeah.
Wasn't that fun? Taking the Greyhound back and forth from New York to Maryland.
Dude. Nightmare.
I had a girlfriend in New York for a while, and so I would take the bus up.
At the time, you're just like, this is just what it takes to get up there. Like, you're not thinking about it.
Right.
But now I think about it.
Right.
It's just my whole experience living in New York doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we would grocery shop, we didn't have a car.
Right.
And we were like, we should really try Trader Joe's. We've heard good things about Trader Joe's. I would go walk upstairs to get to the Q train, take that into Manhattan, transfer to the 456, take that up to like Uptown. Then I would walk 3 avenues to Trader Joe's, grocery shop, carry my groceries 3 fucking avenues, walk upstairs, get on a train, transfer, come to Queens, transfer again, walk downstairs, walk 5 blocks, walk up 3 flights of stairs into my walk-up apartment, and be like, okay, here's the cheese someone told me was good. And I'd just be like, yeah, that's my day. It's a 4.5-hour grocery shop for 2 bags of Trader Joe's.
Right.
And just be like, this is the greatest city in the world.
Right.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's real dumb.
It's real dumb.
You really got the culture out of New York City.
Well, this is what look, my wife loves New York. She's a New York lady. And I'm like, we can move back when we're rich. When we're really rich and we have a car, and we can do I used to carry my laundry in fucking snowstorms.
Yeah.
To go do laundry at a laundromat. Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like I'm sounding like a elitist douchebag, but you guys get it.
You get it.
It's not a place to be in your 30s.
Right.
I'm 20s.
Yeah.
I'm living my dream.
Right. Nothing matters. I'll just throw all the clothes away.
Nothing matters.
Yeah.
Who cares what my dad thinks?
Right.
Or actually, I care very much what my dad thinks. And that's why I didn't join the Army. And I went to New York to do pretty gay theater. I'll show him.
Take that, Dad.
Now I'm 38. I'm like, I probably should have started making money sooner than now. I probably should have prioritized that a little more. But yeah, man, it all works out. We're getting pretty close to time.
Okay.
I like to keep these bad boys around 50 minutes to an hour just to why am I explaining this to you? This is fucking stupid.
I understand.
This was really fun though. I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Do you have any parting thoughts for my audience? You want to maybe talk some shit?
Yeah, I mean, fuck the Eagles.
Come on now. We had such a good time.
We did have a great time.
Your teams are the Lakers.
I don't even really care.
The Lakers, the Dodgers, and sometimes the Cowboys.
I don't, but I'm not the Cowboys anymore. I gave up on the Cowboys entirely.
They're bad.
They're bad.
Yeah,
they're bad.
It makes your teams make you seem
like a front runner,
like a front runner, a little bit.
Yeah.
But you have look. I can respect my
my
dad made me keep the teams. That's a good enough reason.
Right. Well, but then here's the other thing, which is that the Dodgers are just they have the best team on paper every year, but
yes, they do.
It's misery.
But you won a World Series. You won a World Series like how many? 2 years ago?
Yeah, but everyone's like, "Oh, it's a bubble World Series. It doesn't count." So even though that's not true, it doesn't matter because now you just
Oh yeah, that was like the cardboard. That was like the Home Alone year where they had people running on trains. Yeah, that was I mean, look, it wasn't a bullshit year in terms of like you still had to beat the other teams.
Right. The other teams wanted to win just as badly as
they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But was there like COVID? Did the other team, were they like stricken with COVID before the World Series?
Justin Turner had COVID and he had to sit the last game. So the Dodgers won the final game without Turner. And then he came out on the field anyway. And then all the moralists were like, he could have killed everyone. It's like, well, okay, maybe dial that down a little bit.
No, all that aged really well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't upending our society and our lives. That was all great.
Yeah.
Who did they beat that year?
Tampa Bay. So they had Blake Snell. Blake Snell was on Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And he was their ace.
Didn't he just pitch a no-hitter for?
Yeah, he just pitched a no-hitter.
What team? Wasn't...
He's on the Giants now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he's a great pitcher. He is a great pitcher.
Yeah.
Underrated pitcher. Yeah. I feel like people don't give him his props. I remember like they were talking like, it was like 2 off seasons ago. He was like a free agent.
Right.
People were like, well, we could take like Blake Snell.
Right.
Be like our 4th guy. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? This dude's like
this guy who's either 1st, 2nd, or 3rd in Cy Young every year.
Let me tell you who's fucking sick this year.
Who's that?
Phillies starting rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wheeler, Nola, Ranger Suarez, Christopher Sanchez has been sick. He's pitching tomorrow. Phillies we're fucking.
You know what?
We're struggling right now.
You know what you are? You're fucking angry about being Philadelphia, and it really pays off when everyone's watching. Everyone decides to watch come playoff time, and you're like, yes, we are Philadelphia, and we are not New York, and fuck you for thinking that that's not as good.
Loudest stadium during the playoffs.
So angry.
Loudest stadium during the playoffs.
They got so much dog in them. God damn it.
Dude.
You have so much dog in Philadelphia.
We put dog mask on.
I hate it. I hate it.
Do you want to just come? You should
never.
Well, if I
I
took you to one game in Philly.
I've been to a game in Philly.
Who'd
I've been
you
to
see?
multiple games
Who'd
in
you
Philly.
see?
I saw Aaron Nola.
Okay.
Yeah. Dodgers. Dodgers were in town.
Okay.
I literally scheduled a vacation so that I could go. Well, vacation.
Yeah.
Had some comedy gigs. Anyway, whatever,
Yeah.
And so I got some gigs and then went to Philadelphia with my friend who lives there and is a huge Philadelphia fan. So I'm used to this. We're already texting about the series this week. and yeah, I wore a Dodgers.
Oh my, you really? That's fucking
not just a Dodger shirt. A Dodgers Hawaiian shirt.
Picked up by your wife.
Naturally.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yes.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, look, did you ever see the Tommy Lasorda Philly Fanatic video?
Where he loses his mind?
Yeah. Where the Fanatics fucking with him?
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
Come on, man. You got to admit we're fun.
You're fun.
It's fun.
You are fun.
To me, I'm like,
I like Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's a great town.
I really like Philadelphia.
It's a great town.
Yeah.
And I've also done some, like, I will like literally just try to get booked on comedy gigs there, so I like have an excuse to go see games every year.
Right.
And every time I go, I'm like, it really feels like I don't know how to say it, like a family heirloom or something. Like Philadelphia sports fandom is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
In our family.
Sure.
Like my dad made it very important. Like
yeah, we saw Silver Linings Playbook. We understand.
Yeah. It's borderline.
Yeah.
Mental illness level. There's photos of me like in a Randall Cunningham jersey in Bad Kreuznach, Germany when I'm 3. I'm like, I didn't have a choice. What was I going to root for? The fucking Rhine Fire.
Yeah.
NFL Europe reference. Throw in the YouTube comments if you were a big Rhine Fire head back in the day. Brian, where can people find you online, follow your work, see your comedy, all that good stuff?
Brian F. McDaniel on Instagram is really the best place. That's all comedy. I don't put my kids or my family or any other that boring shit on there. Just comedy.
But if people want to see your kids, where would they go? It's a fucked up joke. We don't have to end on that.
No, it's fine.
This was great.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it. And when I get nicer chairs, you should come back.
Okay, great.
I don't know what kind of chairs I'm going to get. What do you think? Before you leave, what kind of chairs should I get?
The chairs are fine. I'd like you to bring the desk back.
You do not want the desk back, dude. Just so we
I like the desk back.
I look like a fucking Iranian dictator with that like fake ass marble desk.
It's funny.
It's weird. And it's not the vibe I want. The vibe is supposed to be chill, hanging out, not like at a fucking weird news anchor desk that comes up to our.
All right.
You really want the desk?
No,
back?
I don't fucking care. It's your podcast.
All right, cool. All right, thanks for doing it, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Fun.